Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Kilo Rodan. And today, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon. And the one I'll be reviewing is actually a documentary which I've seen with the Amazing Maddie. So Amazing Maddie, if you're watching this review, I highly appreciate the fact that you've seen the film with me. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a documentary titled Walt Disney World A Dream Come True. So yeah, I found this one rather interesting, folks. It goes really behind the scenes on how Disney how wanted to do a particular theme park. So yeah, they did use a lot of footage from way back when, lots of vintage footage. So they're trying to explain of what theme park Walt Disney himself had wanted to do. He wanted to pretty much expand on what he already been doing. So he didn't want to just give up. He likes to pretty much just continue on what he was doing. So he had a huge dream to pretty much continue his land of happiness, the happiest place on earth, I guess you can say. This special was created exclusively for the Disney Channel in 1986. So yeah, it was planned for that in order to mark the 15th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And so yeah, it was done for that kind of thing. And yeah, it does include a historical look back of the theme park's creation as well as a preview of the project that were then planned being made. So yeah, Walt Disney himself had some future ideas for the certain project and what he wanted to do. So unfortunately, he did pass away at the time, and some things couldn't be done. And of course, the documentary brings up famous characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Minnie Mouse, and of course Goofy. All these characters do get brought up, and of course even Bambi gets mentioned. Even Snow White, yeah, the original Snow White gets mentioned here for a brief moment. So I think that was pretty cool right there. So I like that. Oh yeah, it was rather interesting on how they were going through in certain scenes, I guess, behind the scene area kind of stuff. Yeah, there was something he wanted to do, this theme park, this kind of city kind of thing he wanted to do. Unfortunately, he never had the time to do it because he passed away. So that would have been really cool, folks. So yeah, it would have been really magical if he actually would have done it, I guess. I mean, the Disney World theme park is always expanding in one way or another. And that's pretty good right there. They talk about how they wanted the theme park to have actual live plants and everything be organic with the plant life. You can tell that Walt Disney himself was filled with a lot of energy and a lot of passion for what he was doing. And you can clearly see that he was definitely a perfectionist. He wanted every ride to come off just right. He wanted the people who were attending his theme parks to be transported into another world, so to speak. And he wants everybody to pretty much have a really great, fantastic time in here. So that was definitely a good thing, folks. And I really like that about this documentary. It really showed that, really. So, yeah, I do think that this is something is worth watching. It's worth getting on DVD or Blu-ray. So yeah, it's one of those documentaries I wouldn't mind watching again. Which of course is totally understandable because he really wanted to be a complete surprise, of course, in many aspects of obviously. And most likely I will watch this again, folks. It was really nice, I suppose. And this actually came out on the television quite a few times. Yeah, there was a narrator speaking over the documentary, and so yeah, I mean, there was a version of his plan, I guess that was done. I guess you can say, of course, but in some ways he wanted to do it, and I would have liked it if he was still around, and I would like to see if it was actually done. So yeah, he wanted the entire family to pretty much have the fun, of course. He wanted this something for the entire family and whatnot. And I did like the music that was provided for this documentary. So a lot of this was really nicely done overall, folks. And of course, there's the Magic Mountain and whatnot. The various rides that was going to be added to it. I mean, of course, as mentioned a moment ago, Disneyland was the theme parks are always continuing to grow, obviously, and they keep on growing and growing. And he wanted the ticket prices to be just right and reasonable, of course. He didn't want it to be too much. But even though nowadays it really comes off really pricey, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, that he wanted the experience to be delightful. He wanted the experience itself to be above whatever you might have been expected. He wanted the guests to be really, I guess, having a fun time. I guess you can say, take advantage of what they're at, like a dreamlike kind of thing. And so yeah, I think he would have liked it if he would have continued his success. I guess you would say if it was done, if he actually came back to life. Well, I should say even Michael Jackson was brought up in here. Yes, you heard me. Even Michael Jackson was in here, folks. Obviously, he just came off like a person. He was a kid at heart, so that was pretty awesome right there, folks. And I know in some ways it will come off like out of date, I guess you can say. And some things, well, quite a few things would have been replaced. And yes, some stuff was changed, obviously. And I guess for the better, I suppose. Things do need to be improved. But it still would have been wonderful. I still would have wondered what he had in mind. The theme park he had planned to do never came to life. I mean, maybe in some ways he did, but not entirely. Because, like I said before, he sadly passed away. And many people felt that they were very thankful for what Disney had done. They felt that he had brought the heart of everybody every time they go to Disney World or to one of the stores and whatnot. It felt like it was such a magical place filled with wonder and dreams that can come true. And dreams always came true in their eyes. And a lot of people believe that he was the kind of person to do that. And they felt that Walt Disney himself was a legend in his own way. And I guess in their own way, they really appreciate the fact that what he had done and whatnot, which is of course understandable, obviously. I like this documentary. This documentary was very well produced. It was really well edited. I liked how it was done. And I mean, sure, it came out like one of those low budget documentaries. Sure, but still. And I do recommend for anyone who have not seen this at all. You can actually find this documentary on YouTube. So just type in the name of this, and you can find it on YouTube. And if you like it, well, I would say I would recommend buying it on DVD or Blu-ray. So I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I am planning to buy it on Blu-ray or DVD whenever I have the chance, of course. And a lot of people did believe that his death was such a loss, but his life was well spent, I guess you can say. He had a big heart, I guess you can say, and you can tell that his passion, his kindness was expressed through his work and the kind of message that he'd been giving to people. He created a peaceful place in the minds of those who believed that his ideal world was actually possible. And yeah, that would be nice, of course. The Disney movies was always a good thing, I guess what I'm saying. Even if I never really cared for family movies, really, folks. But I actually watched the films anyway because he was actually a great entertainer. And I still watch them to this very day. Even the CGI stuff that they made making recently, I would even watch those, of course, obviously. And yeah, I watch all Disney movies. I'm not gonna be biased, even if it's CGI made. I'm still gonna watch the Disney films anyway because I really don't want to become biased anyway. Kids movies are not my thing really, but I want to give it a chance anyway. So yeah, that's of course a great thing. He left impact on a lot of people's families, and of course that's a good thing. And so yeah, Walt Disney himself really came off like a really nice person overall. Even though I never met him per se, but he really came off like a really caring and passionate person. And this is definitely highlighting that, folks. It talks about the people behind it, and it definitely went all out with this kind of thing. And watching this documentary really would bring out lots of memories for those who have seen it a long time ago. I mean, it's quite old. This is really, really old, folks. But that's fine, I guess. Since I'm reviewing lots of old stuff anyway, folks. So I don't mind it really, folks. I really, really don't mind at all. So yeah, folks, this documentary, Walt Disney World, A Dream Come True, this particular documentary, it gets an overall rating of a 7.5 out of 10. It gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. As always, thank you very much for watching, and take care. See ya. Oh yeah.